Darth Vader was masterful in this ability, to say the least. So just how far can he, or anyone strong in the dark side of the Force, choke someone? The answers will be mixed with canon and legends to provide us with all the well-rounded numbers that we need. Darth Vader can be seen force choking Ozzel, who's on the Executor while Vader sits in his chamber. We've seen in Season 6, Episode 10 of the Clone Wars that Palpatine, who was on Coruscant, force choked Dooku, who was in his headquarters on Raxus Prime. The distance here is estimated to be about 31,000 light years away. Now, if this is possible, then why doesn't Vader just reach out with the Force to choke Obi-Wan, sometime after Order 66 and before New Hope? The answer is because the Force just doesn't work like that, at least not to our knowledge thus far. Force users can't just reach out and think of someone they want dead and just Force choke them. There has to be more spatial awareness and connection to the person's exact location. Visually speaking, of course. However, we have seen Palpatine force choke the Shadow Collective guard standing near the door before opening it to confront his former apprentice, Darth Maul, and his brother, Savage Opress. I do believe that this ability can be done in close proximity, especially to a very powerful Force user such as Palpatine. I think if Star Wars canon were to include the ability of choking someone anywhere in the galaxy by mere thought, then it would create a cluster of issues and theories where we could question literally every moment, like why didn't Obi-Wan choke Anakin before he knew he was on Mustafar, or why didn't Palpatine choke Obi-Wan to death at any point, letting Anakin search for a new mentor eventually, and making his turn a lot more solidified and debatably easier. So while there isn't a numerical answer as to how far a Force user can choke someone, Darth Vader was powerful enough to force choke Ozzel through space just by looking at him on the telecom. So as it stands right now, we could say that Palpatine could force choke someone 31,000 light years away approximately, so Vader could do about the same. While there isn't anything in the comics or in the movies to help us solidify this answer, we do know that Darth Vader's potential would have been higher than Palpatine's had he not been burned and defeated by Obi-Wan. But now that it has, it is said by George that he was 80% as strong as Palpatine's maximum power. So if we take 31,000 light years and get 80% of that, that's about 25,000 light years. That's pretty much the best thing we can run off with for this video. Now, that said, in the canon Skywalker Strikes comic book, Vader is contacted by an Imperial officer while he is on the planet Simon 1. The officer was on a Star Destroyer far away in space and was not visible, but Vader managed to choke him anyway. The distance between them is not clarified anywhere, but it is definitely a far and vast distance.